Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tai Chi For You. Today I'm using a private gym facility for our class. So what I want to talk about today and focus on is more that mind-body connection. And what I mean by that is we're going to give our minds something to do so we don't have that monkey mind that I talked about where it's scattered thoughts all over the place. So we're going to give it something to do. We're going to focus on the breath, and we're going to focus on some of the visualization that we use and some of the moves. So let's begin. We're going to do some of our warm-ups, and we talked about warming up the body instead of going right into, and again, I don't like to correct people when they have their own style of exercise and training. But the body does like to move in circular motions. So we're going to warm up circular. We're going to keep in mind that the two Tai Chi principles, that 70-30 rule, and the other rule will apply more when we start doing the practice of if one hand is up, one hand is down, or we call it heavy foot, light foot, when we start doing some of that shifting the weight and turning the body. So let's begin with some gentle, just circling, and we'll start with the hips. We'll just circle the hips. And we call this one the slow motion hula hoop. Remember this one? So it's to the side, to the front, back to the side. And remember to breathe. Just breathe in, and the breath should be long, slow. Try to go deep with that breath. Just reverse direction. And remember, we also talked about different therapies. I don't have any music playing now, but you can play music, have music therapy. We talked about aromatherapy. Some people, there's light therapy. Different bands of light seems to help people for whatever that's called, that winter depression or whatever, cabin fever, whatever. So that whole idea. Circle back the other way. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then we talked about the importance of just sort of shaking it out, shaking it out, shaking it out. Good. All right, let's go into a little bit of we'll work our way up now. Let's go into the shoulder rolls. And again, with that one, just give the mind something to do. Think about the breath in, breath out. And you can make that noise. Just breathe in through the nose if you can. And then when you're ready, let's do a reverse. Reverse. Nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. Good. And a nice little shake out. And we can do some bouncing as well. And what the bouncing does, it gets that lymphatic system pump working. Because the pump is any type of motion, walking, or when we squeeze, we're moving the lymphs, getting them pumping, and that's sort of I borrowed this from somebody, the janitor of the body. It's catching all that gunk and getting it so we can flush it out. And you could think of it as energetic gunk that's stuck in there, or actual if you have some injuries or soreness or stiffness where you want to get things moving and flowing. So again, a lot of benefits of the Tai Chi and the Qigong. So we did the shoulder rolls. Now let's go into that one, we call it the basketball. So hands are out to the side. Palms are facing down. And we're just going to circle about basketball-sized circles. Anytime you're watching a video, it could be for a yoga video, it could be somebody else showing you some tips. Incorporate it into your program. You want to make it yours. So this one I borrowed from someone that was a 20-minute arm workout. But see how the circle, it feels better than going right into a sort of a hard stretch right away. So we circle in one direction, and then what we're going to do is start to move the palms facing upward and go into smaller baseball size circles. And this is how I remembered how to do it. And we circle, really get the arms out to the side. We'll do 3, 2, 1, good. And then we're gonna reverse direction and do our basketball size circles. And this was a 20-minute arm workout. I'm starting to feel it already. So we're doing nice, good size circles. 3, 2, 1, get ready, start to flip the palms facing up and go into smaller baseball size. Keeping them up, keeping them up. Good. And then we open the door, close the door, open the door. So you want to try to get 4 in. If you can do more, that's great. Good. And then the reaching up, pull down. Just reach up, pull down. Again, give the mind something to do. Imagine you're pulling down, if you've done those cable machines. Pull, let it go up, pull. And then we'll push up, come down. Push up, come down, push up, come down, push up, and come down. Very good. All right, shake that out, and we're going to do another one. All right, so now we're going to go a little bit more into the knees and down into the ankles. So we're going to just bend down just a little bit. Hands are gently on the knees, and we're just circling just like that. Reverse direction. And this is just to warm them up, get the blood flowing, or we call it the chi flowing. Good. And now let's do some circles with them. Circular. A nice breath in, breath out, and reverse direction with this one. 3, 2, 1. Good. So let's do one knee at a time. Just kind of warm it up. Bring the blood right to the surface. Warm it up. And bring the blood right to the surface. Just like that. Now let's do the ankles. The ankles are just going to roll. And you hear some clicks. That's fine. Go in the other direction as well. Switch it up to the other side. And if you need a chair or a table, something to hold on to, again, give the mind something to do. Focus on that movement. If you want to try to do some balancing on one foot with a twisting and twisting the other way, and lift and circles and circles. Good. All right, let's go into something else. We'll do a little bit of the reaching. It's called heaven and earth, where we just reach up and the hand comes down as the other hand comes up. So nice breath in, breath out. Keeping that 70-30, keeping that back straight. Knees are slightly bent. And we'll do 5, 4, palm to palm, just like that. 2, 1. Good. And then the tiger returns to the mountain. Perfect. Let's go into the beginning part where we warm up the side to side, where we're just shifting that weight. And again, we're using a 70-30 principle here, where 70% of the weight's on the heavy foot, light foot, shifting. So let's do 3, breath in, breath out. If you want to visualize this as a vessel and you're pouring water, so the water's coming up and pouring down into this leg. Water comes up and pours down into that leg. Keep this movement going. We're going to build on this. We're going to shift that weight. Now we're going to just turn the body. Shifting that weight back to center, turn the body. So there's a slight lifting up, coming down. And if you want to sort of use the elbow as a lead and drop. Bringing it up, drop. Let's do 3, 2, keep the body turns at the torso, just like that. And that's making the arms go from side to side as well. Last one. Good. And we gather back. The move is the tiger returns to the mountain. Good. All right. Let's go into something else. It's called hold the ball. And we've been doing this one right along. But I talked about how the masters like to master the basics. So let's master this move. You've been doing it with me for a while. Visualize maybe the size of a beach ball this time. Now, as this top hand's going down, that bottom hand is going to come up. And the palm to palm. We bring it up. Breath in. Turn the wrist. Hand down as it comes up. So top one goes down, bottom one comes up. There's the palm to palm. Hand down, hand up. And we can build on this move. We can start doing that weight shifting. And we can start doing that shifting that weight, turning the body. And Tai Chi is also called a moving meditation. So you get to the point where you have this down, it's called muscle memory, where you're not thinking about too much of which way the palm's supposed to face and how far down and when should I breathe. It's just natural. That's when you can get a little bit deeper into that meditative state. And this actually turns into the wave hands like clouds, with just a slight adjustment of the arm coming up and the elbow leads. And the only part that I haven't shown you too much is the footwork to the wave hands like clouds, where it just goes from side to side, stepping out, wave, half step in, wave hands like clouds. And a lot of you have that move down that you've been practicing with me. So for new people, you're going to have to learn it a little bit better, but add it into your toolbox. So I wanted to show you a new move. I might have mentioned it once last week, but we're going to keep this one in our toolbox and try to use it every day because it's a really great, it includes stretching and that circular motion as well. And we could call it around the world. Maybe you've done it before and you have another name for it. But we're just going to sweep down and come up. Sweep down and come up. Palms are down, palms are up. And you don't have to go too far. Let's try the other direction. So we just sweep and come up. And there's a weight shift. There's the turning the body. Arms are up, arms are down. So it's still warming up the legs. It's warming up the back, warming up the arms and the shoulders. And you get to the point where once you learn it, you maybe can go a little bit deeper with it. Scoop, bring it up, get a little more of a stretch at the top, a little more stretch at the bottom. Go in the other direction one more time. 3, 2, 1. Good. So with that one, it's not, again, how many you can do in a minute, how fast you can do. I tell you all the time, listen to your body, what feels good for you, and you'll just improve and get better and better at all the moves, not just the one move. It really helps with all the moves. So let's do our 3 moves, the Qigong. So first move, well actually we start on what's called the mountain pose. And then we make the right foot the heavy foot so we can step out with the left and we adjust into, we call that horse stance. So knees are slightly bent, that elongated spine, palms are facing down, elbows are relaxed, and we're just going to bring the energy up, over the top, and then down the front. And now we're going to bring the energy up to the heart. Nice breath in. Exhale, breath in, and roll it out, give it away. Bring it back in to reload, and down. Those are the 3 moves. Let's do it 3 times. So first move is energy up, palms turn, and comes down. Then we bring the energy up with a breath in, down, up, and give it away. Bring it back in to reload, and down. Last one is up, to the heart, down, bring it up, and just wrap it all around you this time. And up, down, and return to the mountain. Good. So I talk a little bit about energy and chakras and power centers. Again, be an open-minded skeptic. And I say that all the time because that's the only way I got through all this at the beginning, was just to be open-minded about it. I didn't have that much knowledge about it. I started learning more. I'm still a student of all this. It's thousands of years old. There's not too many people that know everything there is about it, but I am learning from some of the best, so I'm able to share with all of you. With that, let's go into that second sort of Qigong move. We call it that bone washing, where the one hand is firmly palm facing out on lower back, and we're going to draw that energy, visualize. This is a power center right here. We're using that to pull up that energy from the earth. And we're just going to wand or wash. And if you want to think of this as just I'm loosening up, I'm moving my joints and my ligaments, and feels good just to move, that's good. Or think of it as more energetic. And I'm trying to pick up if there's any stuck areas, any stiff shoulders or throat is sore or ribs, or those hips need a little bit of attention. Knees, and we're just washing it and pushing it right out to the side. So the last time is going to be straight down, and that's just putting that energy where it needs it. And it's just sort of a nice little clearing right away. Do it to the other side. Palm facing out, hand firmly on the lower back. We got our horse stance, palm facing down, drawing that energy up, and just wanding or washing. And if you know anything about the chakras or anything, we're kind of washing them as well. And we're going deep inside where all that chi is. Anything that's stuck in gunk, we're just tossing it away. Nice energy. Nice breath in. And the last one is going to come straight down. And if you feel that you want to stop for a second on that throat, if you have allergies maybe, or just something going on there, or something going on in the stomach, you're pushing that energy in and getting rid of anything that's past. When we come back to tighter returns to the mountain. Great. Now let's make an energy ball. Well, we've been talking about energy, so we're going to be able to see if we can't create it. It's sort of that electromagnetic field. If you ever played with magnets and you try to push them together and they chase each other, they're not going to connect, they're going to just bounce off each other. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this one. Let's start off with 2 fingers, or they call these sword fingers if you want. And we're going to focus them onto the palm of the other hand where the energy center is. And we're just going to circle. And you want to circle the palm and start to visualize that energy coming out of the fingertips, going right into that center of the palm. Take a nice breath in. And now pull it apart. Get the hands so they're almost touching. Palms are facing just like that. And just see if you can pick up on any of that electromagnetic energy that's there. Just shear them just up and down. And it takes a while to build. Some people are more open to it. And you could start just bringing it, you can call it playing the accordion. Just play with it. Just kind of feel it if it's pushing in. Just like that. Good. So start to visualize right now. We're building that chi ball. And just sort of circle it. Or if your hands are maybe, do you ever see them make taffy? That pulling it apart, pushing it in. So start to visualize. A golden white light is more the healing, but for me sometimes it just comes across as maybe like a fireball, or I've had like a heavy chrome, like a giant pinball that had. So whatever comes across for you, that's your energy ball. Now you want to visualize and set your intention. What do you want to do with it? We can use it for good, you use it for healing, you could send it out to somebody. It doesn't have to be, it can be a person, a place, a thing. Send it for good weather. Just take a breath in, the intention, just send it out. Come back in and return to the mountain. The other way to do it is you want to give energy to yourself. And I used the analogy before. If you've ever traveled in a plane, they give you the instruction, if the mask falls, put it on yourself first before you help anybody, small children or someone with theirs. So we're going to help ourselves first, give ourselves some energy, good positive energy. So when we're out in the world, people will just, what's he smiling about? Why is he in a good mood? And it might rub off and put them in a good mood. So, same idea. We can go with 2 fingers, the palm, and we just circle around and then start to have the intention of it sort of drilling right into that palm, into the center of the palm, and then pull it out, place the palms, and just see if you can't feel that stickiness when you shear up and down, or when you start to pull apart. Don't do it so fast that when you pull apart you lose that feeling. If it's just a little bit, and then that pushing in, you feel that resistance. If you can bring it out a little bit further, and bring it out a little bit further, start to form that ball. Start to condense that ball. Start setting your intention. The intention is we're going to take this good energy and we're going to give it to ourselves. And we're going to drop it in at the crown, the top of the head. So we take that energy ball, breath in, and just let it go. And it's going to go right where it's needed through the whole body. Any extra, we recycle. And back in and down. Very good. There's different ways to make that energy ball. That one I've been doing the longest, and I kind of have the best results. But anytime you can just start to feel that there is something there. And again, you don't have to see it to believe it, you have to feel it to believe it. And it took me quite a while to feel anything. And I do pick up a lot of good energy when we do the classes at the Northbridge, the Senior Center. That building and the class, the students, everybody that's in there, it's just a wonderful feeling that we do that. So with that, let me just tell you, we are working on maybe having a class when the weather gets good. We're going to be outside, and we might be able to do one outside in front of the center. There's a nice little grassy area there, and if everybody's comfortable with that and it's okay with Kelly, that's one spot. The other thing that's going to be happening, and I can't let the cat out of the bag yet, but there's another place in Northbridge, right by the town hall. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's a nice location that they've offered their space for us. So we're going to talk about having some classes outside. And we also have the parks in the area that are really great, that are going to be, they're available to use. And I'd love to have you come out and visit me there. So there's a few things going on that we can start to gather again. And we'll do it in whatever the social distancing. We'll follow all the regulations, and we'll have a good class. We'll do some Tai Chi outdoors. Until then, I'll see you guys later.